today I'm vaccinated. Still don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, the decision was kind of taken out of my hands on this one. My dad made the appointment for me, told me I took too damn long making up my mind about if I did or didn't want it in which one. So he made it up for me. And he made the appointment for the Johnson & Johnson one, which no sooner had he made it, I shit you not, like within an hour or so of him making that appointment, came that new news report about the link to Guillain-Barré syndrome. Now, I'm not a 50-plus male, so I don't think I have to worry too terribly much about that one, but I mean, I am aware of the blood clot risk. I am 100% aware of it. I am nervous about it, but then again, 27 cases out of 13 million doses. Not the worst odds ever. Odds are I'll probably be perfectly fine. Doesn't stop my anxiety from running absolutely fucking rampant, though. But if I make it 3 weeks out and nothing happens, then I'm good to go. Whereas I think it's like 42 days out for the Guillain-Barré syndrome thing. You hit that, you're probably golden. So, yep, got my card. There she is. I posted it on Twitter too, so... And I know, everyone else posted, they like blurred their shit out. I'm like, my info's been out there since I was a kid. I don't even give a fuck. But anyway, so yeah, that's a thing. Got vaccinated about 2 hours ago. I didn't really know anybody who got the Johnson & Johnson one. Like, my mom did, but she has a compromised immune system. She's fighting cancer. I haven't really talked about it here yet, but she's relapsing. But, that's another thing for another day. When I have more info on what all is happening with that, I will make a dedicated video on that. But as of right now, I honestly don't know a whole lot, and neither does she, so I've not really talked about it. I've talked a little more about it on Twitter, but other than that, I don't know. So, anyway, so she got it. She had, other than just being really tired for like part of the day she got it, no symptoms. Which sounded great to me, but I also had to factor in that could be the hampered immune system. So, as soon as I found out that I apparently am indeed getting this, I asked in the group chat for my work if anybody got it, and if they'd be comfortable sharing their experience with me of what it was like for them. I got 2 responses! And both of them, neither were terrible. One girl's mom had it, and was able to share that nothing terrible, just kind of icky feeling for a couple days, but nothing horrible. And one of the captains that I absolutely adore got that one, and she said that pretty much for 36 hours was wiped out energy-wise, felt crappy, fucked with her period. But to be fair, I've heard that all 3 vaccines fuck with your period, so I'm kind of expecting that one. Mine are not very regular anyway, so I'm like, you know what? It could fuck with it, and I probably wouldn't even notice because mine have never really been the norm, so I kind of don't care. But yeah, she told me like an hour after she got it, she got a bad headache. So, I'm already 2 hours out. So far, the only thing I have felt has just been a little soreness at the injection site, nothing terrible. Feels like any other shot. I mean, it burned more initially as it went in. And for, like, the first hour, it was still kind of stinging, but, I mean, nothing crazy. Like, just straight up, nothing crazy. After about an hour, it doesn't really feel like much anything. So, knock on wood that maybe I'll luck out. Maybe I'll be one of those lucky people who really doesn't have a reaction. Lord knows I don't have much of an immune system, so I might actually just luck out on that, but... yeah, that's a thing. I'm probably not going to post this right away, simply because in case any symptoms do appear, I want to be transparent with you guys and update on that without having to make multiple videos talking about this. So I'll probably just, like, film multiple segments as time goes by on how I'm doing and just splice them all together and post it all at once. But yeah, we'll see how I do. I'll probably post this in a couple of days, although by the time you see this, it'll have been a couple of days. But yeah, If I'm feeling any kind of funky in any kind of way, I'll update you because I feel like transparency is kind of key on this whole thing. There's just a lot of uncertainty around it because it's not long-term tested yet. And yeah, that makes me nervous as fuck. I'm usually a watch and wait approach type of person with anything, be it drugs, be it with vaccines. I mean, the HPV vaccine's been around for what, like 20 years or something? I'm only just finally starting to feel kind of, sort of, maybe okay with taking that one. And before you tell me you're way too old for it, yeah, they upped the age to like 47 can have it if they want it. So yeah, I'm not aged out of it after all. So, but given there's family history, I probably should take that one. But yeah, I'm just finally getting, after like 20-something years of that being around, or at least it feels like 20 years. Has it been, or has it been more like 10 or 15? I don't know, I don't really care, but it's been a long ass time, I know that. I've taken very much a watch and wait approach to, I'd rather see what happens first. But, yeah, normally I'm that person. I had never even had a flu shot up until probably within the past 10 years because I was scared of those too and wanted to really just observe people. I've still not had a pneumonia shot, even though because of my lungs it has absolutely been recommended for me, despite the fact that I am way under the age that it's usually recommended for, but because of coexisting conditions, I really am supposed to be getting them. I just always duck out and just don't do it. But yeah, it's like that. I'm just a chicken shit when it comes to vaccines and things. So, but yeah, so far, no biggie. The shot itself wasn't like anything insanely bad. I mean, it was pretty quick. The lady that went before us has like major shot phobia, and I was able to overhear her in like the other room be like, "You're shitting me! That was it? That's it? Nuh-uh! Nuh-uh! Shut up! Get out of here! That's it?" So, I mean, that instilled a pretty good feeling that, okay, maybe this won't be so bad. I think it was the same lady who did hers that did mine, so. But yeah. Yeah, so far, nothing terrible. Fingers crossed that it will stay that way. But yeah, I mean, I've got the next couple of days off of work anyway. I literally made sure that this would be at a time, if I was going to do this at all, I made it very clear to my dad months ago that it has to be when I have like at least the next 2 days off of work in front of it. So in case I do have a bad reaction to it, like high fever, throwing up, God, I hope I don't throw up, anything like that, I can just sleep it off for a couple days and it won't matter and I won't have to call out of work or anything. And it seems like everyone who has had reactions to it, it's pretty much like a 2-day deal and they're fine. So, again, fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. I'll keep you posted. Okay, update. So we are about 21 hours out now from when I got my vaccine. Made it through the remainder of the evening, literally no symptoms at all. Never got tired, nothing. Actually, I stayed up later last night than I normally do. I had a lot of energy, believe it or not. That may have been nervous energy, that may have been that I just had an adrenaline rush of just trying to film video after video after video, because I was trying to, like, stockpile in case this thing should knock me on my butt for a few days. I'll have a stockpile to pull from so that you guys won't see any interruption in videos. But this morning I woke up still feeling mostly normal. This shoulder, which is the arm I got the shot in, was a little bit sore again, which was weird. I was like, oh, it hadn't hurt at all from like an hour after getting that shot until now, and it's just like the teeniest bit sore. And I was like, well, to be fair, I was sleeping on that side, so maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. An hour or two later, all of a sudden I was like, weird, my wrist feels a little sore. And then followed by the elbow and the shoulder. Other shoulder. I'm like, I see what's happening. Okay. Like, the teeniest, tiniest bit of body aches. Like, not bad enough to even really be particularly painful, more just enough to be annoying. But that's so far it. knock on wood. I mean, if it just stays at this level, I mean, that's not that bad. I can hang with this. This isn't even bad enough to need to take anything over. It's just enough to where it's like, okay, so this kind of does feel like that. You're on the brink of coming down with a thing, probably with a fever. It's that type of feeling. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody outside my own head, but so far, that's it. Now, my dad, on the other hand, was super crabby this morning, which tells me, oh, he probably has some symptoms today, but I haven't had a chance to properly ask him. I'm kind of scared of him right now while he's in this mood, so I'm like, I'm just gonna hold off. But, yeah, that. But otherwise, still feeling pretty good. Mostly, like, it's not enough to, like, impair me from doing my daily tasks and activities and things, at least right now, as I'm saying that. Fast forward a few hours, it might be a totally different story. I don't know. I'm just glad that this is a day off, so in case it does knock me on my butt later, I'm not missing any work, so fingers crossed that it doesn't get any worse than this. I'll keep you posted, but yeah, that's about where we're at right now, but nothing crazy, nothing terrible, nothing scary, just enough to be like, oh, that's annoying, but that's about it. Like, it's totally minimal enough to where it's almost like the level of, I didn't get enough sleep and now my body just kind of is the tiniest bit achy, like it's rebelling against me for not sleeping enough, which is entirely possible that maybe that's what's going on too, because I did only sleep about 6 hours, but that was on me. That had nothing to do with the vaccine. That had to do entirely with my own damn self, so yeah, we'll see how things progress. Update time. It's literally only an hour later since the last update. Boy, all of a sudden the symptoms hit. Oh, wow, I feel like you can even see it in my eyes now. I'm looking in the viewfinder like, holy shit. Yeah, I can't find my thermometer to check what my temperature is, but I am like 99% positive. I have at least a low-grade fever. I don't think it's over 100 yet. This sounds insane, but typically for me, whenever I have a fever that starts getting over 100 degrees, I feel like I have little electric zaps all through my skin. I don't know what that's about, but that's always been a thing for me since I was a little kid. But every joint in my body is starting to ache now. Not bad enough to need to take anything, but enough to be like, whoa, okay, I feel that. I feel that. And all of a sudden got fairly woozy and like really lightheaded. Like, holy shit, that came on really fast. And I went to go take a package out to the mailbox and pick one up that was on the porch. And I was like, oh, this thing's like ice! And my sister felt it, was like, no, that just feels like normal cardboard. You might have a fever. And it's like, oh shit. So I was like, this thing's freezing. I'm really cold. Yeah, like the thermostat in here right now says it is 74, so it's definitely not cold. But I've got chills for sure. Like teeny tiny baby headache. The body aches I'm feeling aren't extreme or anything. They're not, like I said, it's not bad enough to need to take anything, but it's definitely enough to where I'm like, okay, I feel it. I feel that. That is not my imagination. And I am still, like, trying to convince myself, no, mind over matter, bitch. You're gonna, like, think this through hard enough to where those symptoms disappear. Mind over matter. If you don't believe it's real, maybe they'll go away and disappear. I realize I am talking crazy right now, and that probably makes no sense, but it's what I'm trying. So I'm like, I have shit I need to do today. I don't have time to be sick from this vaccine. So we'll see how long that lasts for. For right now, I'm still like, no, I'm gonna brute force it. I'm gonna get shit done. But if these symptoms keep ramping up as quickly as these seem to be snowballing, yeah, that may be very short-lived. And I will again keep you posted. It's just shy of 11 a.m. now. So, yeah, about 22 hours out from the vaccine. Whew. ooh, boy, all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I mean, could be worse. From a lot of people's experiences that they seem to have with this thing, this is still minimal compared to those, so I am thanking my lucky stars. I finally got brave enough to ask my dad if he's feeling anything, and so far he feels absolutely nothing. And I'm like, you lucky bastard. So I explained what I was feeling at that time, which was when I did the last update here, before this one. So at that point, it was still just like a little bit of achiness in like the arms and back, and that was it. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely more than that now. Alright, that's fun. I mean, I guess on the plus side, it means my immune system is doing what it needs to do, and given how often my immune system fails at being an immune system, I am grateful that it's doing a thing, so there's that. But I'm just like, oh, please don't let this get super bad. I don't want this to get super bad. So yeah, that's about where we're at right now. Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna see how much I can brute force my way to just chug through as much as I can do today, and then probably just like veg out and watch movies or something, even though I have a feeling it's like all of a sudden I'm starting to feel a little bit fatigued, not sleepy. Like if I laid down right now, I don't think I could nap, but I definitely feel a bit of fatigue, if that makes sense. Like there's a difference between fatigue and sleepy. At least for me. Maybe for you guys, they're one and the same, but for me, two very different things. I can be fatigued as fuck and not be able to sleep, or I can be so sleepy to where the second my head hits a pillow, good night, Irene. So, that's it. Two very different sensations. So far, I'm not sleepy. Yet. That could change! That could change. Like I was saying with the last update, this all could go belly up real quick. So we'll see. I don't think this is anything alarming yet. I don't think it's anything crazy bad. This is pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. It's just weird for me because in my entire life, I have never actually had a reaction after having a vaccine at all. Not even a little one. And when I mentioned that to Kimmy, she's like, well, la-di-da for you, you lucky bitch. Well, welcome to the rest of the world. I was like, fuck you, Kim. But I was like, and then it had me thinking, wow, is my body that fucked up? Like, the hell? The closest to a vaccine reaction I've ever had in my life was a little bit of soreness for a few days after a flu shot one time. I've never been tired, I've never been sick feeling, fevery, achy, anything after any vaccine I've ever had. So, I'm just like, huh. For the person who, like, can't even take an Advil because she'll go into anaphylaxis. Apparently I've had fairly good luck until now with vaccines. So, there's that. But yeah, that. So, I'll keep you updated, but that's where we're at as of about 11 a.m. the day after getting the vaccine, which I got that vaccine shortly before 1 p.m. yesterday, so that's where we're at. Okay, so we are about 25 hours down from getting the shot. Yeah, body ache's definitely ramped up considerably. Still not really, like, tired. Lethargic, yeah. But not, like, sleepy. I even tried to lay down and see if I could sleep. Nah, we should have established by now I'm not a napper. So, there's that, but that's really about it. Found a thermometer so I could check. No fever, actually. Surprisingly, I am shocked. I would have put money on it that I had one, but nah, not so much. So, that's about it, though. Knock on wood. It's kind of just, like, holding steady now, so I'm hoping maybe that's the worst of it. That's as bad as it's gonna get. That'd be nice. My mom said, hey, you don't work today, get in the pool. So that is exactly where I am. We'll see if gears splashed in the background. We'll see if maybe that makes me feel better. So, yeah, for those who are still seeing the way belated yard renovation updates. Yeah, spoiler alert, pool's been done for months, but you guys still haven't seen it, so shh. But yeah, I'm totally in it right now. But anyway, yeah. Keep you posted. Okay, so I meant to update last night, but when I say what the update was, you'll understand why I was not able to. So, the body aches that were ramping up, boy oh boy did they hit me like a fucking truck by last night, to where everything hurt. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Even my fucking eyelids hurt. It was at the point where I probably should have taken something, but I was in too much pain to actually, like, get up and go downstairs and get something to take and come back. It's like, I maybe have enough spoons in me to make it one direction, but I definitely do not have it in me to do both. So, I pretty much laid down, toughed it out as long as I could. It just fell asleep fairly quickly because I just could not. And that was that. And lucky for me, when I woke up this morning, I felt pretty close to normal. I think last night I possibly may have finally been running an actual fever, because I had my mom feel me good. She's like, yeah, you kind of feel warm now. And I think it may have still been a little bit in effect this morning, but by now, at this point, now it's like about 3 p.m., 2 days after the shot. So like over a full 48 hours out now. I think this is like 50 hours out. Yeah, at this point, I think it's safe to say I feel normal. Knock wood. I really hope I'm back to normal now, but yeah, it was a rough evening. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff over here. But it got really hairy there for a bit. I'm hoping that's it. I have been forewarned that pretty much any version of this vaccine most likely will fuck up your period. I'm like, well, mine was fucked up to start with, so I probably won't notice the difference. So that's okay. But yeah, like, it's in terms of just the body achiness I was feeling, that's gone. I don't feel tired or anything. I'm still drinking Gatorade just to keep the electrolytes up, just in case. But probably the last day that I'll need one of those. I might do one more before I go to work tomorrow, but at least I don't think I have to take a shift off because of this thing. So that's good. But yeah, I'm so thankful that it was better by this morning, because my mom went in for her biopsy surgery this morning, and I would have been really, really upset if I was still feeling that shitty, or worse, this morning when she had to go in for that. So, whew. Yeah, she's back home now already, by the way. She went in like 6 a.m. She was home a few hours later, so we won't know till probably a week from Monday results on that. But yeah, like I said, I haven't really talked about that on this channel yet, so because I'm trying to hold off on saying anything until we have results, but cat's out of the bag, so that's a thing. But anyway, overall, my experience, not the worst. Not the worst by a landslide from what I have heard from so many other people of what they had with, honestly, any one of the 3 vaccines. So, yeah, could have been way worse. I feel like even with as rough as it felt last night, I still got let off easy. So, I'm counting my fucking blessings. I've also now learned another reason that is good that I didn't have one of the mRNA shots, that I can't remember if I mentioned in the last update or not, but I just found out about this yesterday that, yeah, it's been linked to, like, heart inflammation. Yeah, I don't need any extra help fucking that up in this department. Mine's already fucked up, so yeah, I'm very glad I didn't take one of the Pfizer or the Moderna ones. I'm glad I got the Johnson & Johnson one. So now it's just watch and wait and make sure the other bad side effects don't pop up, but odds are in my favor that they won't. I mean, out of how many million people that have been given this shot now, it's like literally a very small number, so odds are I'll be fine, but again, knock wood. So, anyway, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and post this for you guys so you know what it's like if you were thinking about getting this one. So, anyways, at least my experience, everyone's experience is different, everyone's experience is unique. My dad insists up and down he did not have a single side effect at all, period, even though I still beg to differ for how bitchy he was that first morning after. But anyways, then again, so it's my dad we're talking about. So anyway, that's it for this one, guys. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye!